The three scariest words in the English language. Trial by jury.
I'm just proud to be a part of the American judicial system.
Before my daddy died.
Arrested Development star Will Arnett is Nelson Biederman IV, a judge's son wrongly convicted of a crime and sentenced to jail in Let's Go to Prison. The film was shot in Joliet Correctional Facility, a 148-year-old institution which until the year 2000 held 1,300 inmates. It opened its doors once again for the cast and crew. Will talks about what it was like to shoot in prison.
Man, I'm like, God, every day I drive out of here, I'm like, oh my God, this is awful. So I realized that I would fare really pretty poorly in prison. It's a really imposing structure, the walls and stuff, and you realize that they do that so that when you first come into prison that you will be awed by the size of it and that will sort of bring you down as a person. And when you go in a cell and you shoot a scene and you're in there all day and you think, God, this is cramped, and you realize guys spend 25, 30, 40 more years in there, you realize what an incredible thing that is and how incredibly difficult that would be. So it's, the prison really is like this other character in the film.
Arnett's character even finds love behind bars with the leader of a prison gang.
Some guys say that if you have a sentence of over 20 years, if you're in a gang or whatever it is, that you have the right to then take another man as essentially your bride in jail, and that's what happens to Nelson. He becomes the property of Barry. Although Barry gets out in the movie, so maybe he's just gay, which is fine, but Nelson goes in and is not necessarily gay, but he ends up having this relationship with Barry, and it ends up actually being kind of like fairly sweet.
Next, Will stars alongside his wife, Saturday Night Live star Amy Poehler, in 3 upcoming films: on Broadway, Blades of Glory and Spring Breakdown.